Hello, everybody. Welcome to another podcast of the Too Good to Be True podcast playoff edition. I am your host, Pascal Mayala. Today, as I'm recording this on Sunday morning, I will give you my personal recap of Game 5 plus Game 6. So it's a combination of both. And I will give you the score of Game 5, only the top star. Then Game 6 uh, is going to be a little bit different. Um, about the star player and the role players on their stat. But make sure to subscribe and press that like button and press that subscription on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast, and leave your comment on the video whether you like it or not. Enjoy this podcast, and also you can follow this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. Let's get right to it. So I'm gonna give my thought on Game Five on the stats. So Game Five, OKC in Game Five led 3-2 during those time, 127 to 114 with Victor Wembanyama got 20.6 rebound. Not his great performance. Also, Stefan Castle with 24 points and Champagne 22 points. Meanwhile, on OKC, 32.2 and 9 assists for SGA, 16 point and 11 point for Chet Holmgren, 20 point on Jerry McCain, and 22 point with Alex Caruso. My thought about this game that they played it in a state of emergency of this game because they needed to win that game because I believe I think game four was pretty much abysmal for OKC, and there was a lot of flopping, and that's why people complaining about SGA flopping, which I don't mind the floppy thing. Everybody flops, so it doesn't really bother me a lot. But it seems with other people it does bother with the flopping, but to me it's nothing. It happens sometimes. Great players always flop. Not the first time we've seen it, and not the last time. So, which this team led to Game Six, that San Antonio needed a win in Game Six, and boy, they did a Game Six. So, Game Six, the series was tied, 118 to 91. OKC with SGA with a poor stat. 650 point around, one rebound, four assists. Jerry McCain 13 point and two rebound. Jen Holmgren 10 point and 11. Uh, um, uh, Hartenstein 10.5. C Wallace 11 point. Jay Williams J Dub had 1 point because they wanted to test him if he will go because he had that hamstring. They were testing him, so I don't mind that for him. Meanwhile, for the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama 28 point, 10 rebound, Vessel 12 points, and Stefan Castle 17 point, Dennis Harper 18 points. So my thought was that was a important game for um, San Antonio Spurs, which it will go to a game seven, which they're gonna play today. As while I'm recording this at 8 o'clock in the 2 o'clock in the morning where I am, 8 o'clock in the evening I believe they're playing OKC on San Antonio Spurs. I believe they're playing. No, they're playing OKC. Yeah, they're playing OKC and Game Seven. So this is going to be a most important game for both teams, and I think they're going to kill it. Me personally, they're going to kill it. But my thought is that when the best team win, whoever wins this, going to the finals. So I know this podcast is a little bit short, because it's the playoff edition. So don't worry, it's not like a 1 hour 55 minutes. But this one is a short podcast. So I don't want to give all the detail because everybody talked about it. So I will reserve the game seven when they play and talk about it in the podcast. So thank you very much for listening to this short podcast. I didn't say that in the beginning, but in the short podcast on the playoff edition, make sure to follow me on social media on X, formerly Twitter, Pascal underscore Mayal underscore 15, and other one Pascal Mayal 613. I'll put the description on it. With also you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Pascal underscore Mayal underscore 15. I'm sorry if it is short because everybody talking about game five and game six, so I didn't do it because of a personal reason. Um, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time when I record game seven.